Chapter 17. While we try to teach our children all about life, our children teach us what life is all about. By Angela Schwint. My two sons, my strong arms. Let me first apologize to my children, Rishikesh and Rohit, in words borrowed from Tina Turner, the queen of rock and roll. I regret not spending more time with my kids when they were growing up. I have the same sorrow. I was so immersed in expanding my business that I could hardly spare leisure moments with my family. That is why I sometimes feel grateful to that prolonged ailment which controlled my ambition and transformed me into a social, sensible, and compassionate person. My contribution to the upbringing of my children for the first 10 years was insignificant. I realized its importance very late. There is a Sanskrit verse which says that parents should pamper the child for the first 5 years, instill discipline in them for the next 10 years, but after that, always treat them like a friend. I am a little late and following the last part of it. Now my children have become my friends in their youth. They have become my strong arms and are supporting me in the business. I have a few memories of their childhood. Once Vandana requested me to spend at least a day during the week with the family. I took the opportunity to tease her. I told her, "Look, your responsibility is easy. You have to look after the kitchen and 2 kids only. But I have to handle the operations of a chain of superstores and factories." She smiled and replied, "Okay, if you feel the work of a housewife is that easy, let me give you an easy task. I have to make some purchases today. Take the children to the park and play with them. I will join you there after shopping." We went to a park. I left the children to play and sat there on a bench watching the surroundings. Sometime later, I received a business call on my mobile and I was so involved in the conversation that I completely forgot to keep an eye on the children. When I finished the call, I found them both out of my sight. I searched the play area again and again and at last found Rohit playing alone in a corner. I asked him about Rishikesh, but he couldn't answer. He didn't know where his brother was. We both began looking for Rishikesh, calling for him loudly and asking other children playing nearby. Even worse, Rohit began to cry and started demanding for his mother. People gathered and started asking us what had happened. Some of them even began criticizing me for my negligence. At last, I decided to look for Rishikesh outside the park. Just then, Vandana arrived and panic gripped her when she understood the situation. We decided to first search the entire route from the park to our home, in the hope that some gentleman might have dropped the child at the right address. When we went home, we found Rishikesh waiting for us outside the gate. We began to scold him, and he honestly told his mother that Baba was busy talking on his cell phone and he couldn't find Rohit either. He proudly declared that since he was lost in the park, he managed to find the way home all by himself. Thus, the truth came out and I had to listen to a sharp rebuke from Vandana. Now you must have understood that a mother's job is not that easy. I agreed wholeheartedly and proverbially ate my own words. I learned a lot of lessons of good parenting from my children. Rishikesh in his school days was a naughty and stubborn student. He would play a lot but was not serious about his studies. We had to change his schools for a couple of times. There was no improvement in him. We made every attempt to turn his attention towards study, but he remained unchanged. One year, he failed in mathematics. His teacher called us and gave only one chance of re-examination. When we scolded him for his failure, he began crying and started arguing with us. Finally, he threatened to stop studying. We were shocked with this behavior. Then one of his teachers advised us on how to develop a liking of studies in the child. We applied the technique and instead of castigating him, started a friendly dialogue with him. I personally took time from my work to teach him. After some days, there was a change observed in Rishikesh's attitude. He began to study seriously and in the re-examination got the highest marks. Later, he completed his B.Tech in business management with determination. I have witnessed his strong determination. Once he was not allowed to complete an adventure ride due to being overweight. He vowed to reduce his weight and consulted a dietitian and a fitness trainer. Under their guidance, he achieved his desired weight and a slim and healthy body in just 8 months. He never gave up on efforts and finally succeeded. My younger son Rohit is a sincere and a level-headed person. He also taught me an important business lesson. One year, our company created a series of TV advertisements to promote our brand in a big way. The theme of every advertisement was a housewife purchases products from Al Adil stores and her children like them and ask her from where she had brought the products. The catchline of every advertisement was, "Mom, where is it from?" The ads were being played continuously in different time slots on various TV channels. But the response from the audience was disappointing. I was under pressure as our company had spent a huge amount on the promotion and the fear of failure began to weigh on me. One day, when our family was watching a program on television, suddenly our brand's advertisement appeared on the screen. After it was over, Rohit, who was a school student then, remarked, "Baba, what a useless advertisement we have created." I was shocked to hear his words and asked him who had said that. He replied that his classmates had said so. He suggested to me to broadcast the advertisement during a live telecast of any cricket match. I started thinking over it and found that he was telling the truth. We had in fact chosen the wrong time slots and wrong channels for our advertisements. Actually, our target audience was housewives and children. Hence, we should have chosen soap opera serials and cricket matches to show our advertisements. I immediately bought the appropriate time slots and witnessed a huge response from the audience. Children started reciting our catchline, making their moms laugh. It all happened because of the apt suggestion of my son. I took inspiration from the incidents and understood the importance of creative advertisements. I then changed my business strategy and started implementing innovative ideas. I took advantage of event publicity for promoting our brand further. I organized Al Adil Group's employee meeting in a French Riviera. The event got a lot of publicity in the media and was registered in Guinness World Records. Motivated by it, I thought of creating another record with a different event. My father had expressed a wish to celebrate his grandchildren's thread ceremony in a flight. So I booked an entire Jet 747 flight for the event. Unfortunately, my father expired a fortnight before the ceremony. Everyone advised me to postpone the event, but I remained firm on continuing with it as it was the last wish of my father which I wanted to fulfill. The aircraft took off from Mumbai airport and reached a height of 40,000 feet from the ground. For security reasons, some rituals had already been performed on the ground. In the presence of 150 invitees, young Rohit ceremonially wore the thread. All guests were fed at a royal banquet in Palm Beach Resort in Mumbai. This unique event again got excellent publicity from the media and it was registered in both Limca Book of Records and Guinness World Records. Both Rishikesh and Rohit, after completing their business management education, have joined our company and are ably handling their responsibilities as per my expectations. Rishikesh has remarkably developed our company's website and an online portal, thereby enhancing ease of shopping for the customers. The nature of both brothers is different from each other. Rishikesh likes to take up new tasks and enthusiastically attempts to finish them in a certain time limit, whereas Rohit is a cool, studious, and systematic person. He seems in no hurry and is more realistic than his brother. Rishikesh likes to set short-term goals and Rohit sets long-term goals. I jokingly say that if Rishikesh and Rohit were offered an amount of 1,000 dirham each, Rishi would spend it fast, but Rohit would save it for a long time. Despite being of different attitudes and attributes, both work in unison and support the company as two pillars. They are humble, honest, and obedient. They are now my strong arms. What else does a father want? I am sure they will take our Al Adil Trading Group to greater heights of success. I remember a quote of Friedrich Schiller. It is not flesh and blood, but heart which makes us fathers and sons. My sons, you have made me a proud father. I love you and bless you from the bottom of my heart. The most important thing is to enjoy your life, to be happy. It's all that matters. By Audrey Hepburn.